My brothers and sisters, our readings today present us with two annunciations, one from the Old Testament and one from the New Testament. The first from the book of Judges, from the Old Testament, is annunciation to the mother of Samson. We are not told the name of Samson's mother, but it was to her that the announcement was made. And the second one was the announcement made to the father, Zechariah, a priest in the temple, a priest ministering in the temple. Zechariah was, I would say, was very fortunate. Was very fortunate because he got a privilege that most of the priests that serve in the temple never get in their lifetime. And that is to go into the Holy of Holies and offer incense. And that is done only once a year on the Day of Atonement. I say he's fortunate because at that time it was said that there were 1,800 priests ministering in the temple in Jerusalem. They were divided into 24 divisions, 75 each. And they used to take turns. Every day, 30 priests would be ministering. But to get the rare privilege of being the one to offer incense on the Day of Atonement is indeed a great blessing. And another blessing came with it. It was on that very day, that very occasion, that he received the news he had waited for a long time and was already despairing. He was childless. He was already despairing because his wife is old and he himself was also old. And so we can understand why he was hesitant. He was hesitant to accept the news, and he questioned because he thought it would never happen. Well, as a priest, he should have known that nothing is impossible to God. So our reading showed that he was punished with being dumb until the child was born. The two annunciations also, you can look at them as vocational call. Samson was, we are told, his particular mission was to begin to deliver his people from their enemies. And John the Baptist, his own call was to be the precursor, to prepare the people for the coming of the Messiah. And we continue to celebrate that. In fact, now we are on our final countdown to the feast that celebrates that coming, Christmas. And so a question for us today, each of us need to ask ourselves is, what is my own calling? You know, whenever God had an important mission, he sends someone, he calls someone to that mission. But he calls everybody that is born into this world to a particular mission. It's something that God wants you to do for him that no one else can, except you. Do you ever think about what your mission from God is? You know, here in the seminary, we are often talking about discernment. Do you ever discern your own vocation? Or do you think that vocation is only for priests and nuns? No, we are all called. And when you discover your vocation and answer that call, that is when your fulfillment in life begins. And you know, of course, that someone can be called, God can call someone, and the person refuses. Even some of the people Jesus himself called did not accept his call. So, my brothers, as we continue waiting in joyful hope for the great celebration of Christmas, let us also reflect on our call. Make sure, and of course, Christ came to free his people from their sin. And the person who preceded him was John the Baptist. John the Baptist prepared people for his coming. We are called to be John the Baptists, to prepare people to announce the good news of Jesus Christ to people in our own orbit. And so, we need to take that vocation seriously. There are some people who give counter witness. Everything they do contradicts, or most of the things they do contradicts what they should be doing. And instead of attracting people to Christ and Christ's vision of life, they become obstacles coming between people and Christ. May none of us ever fail in our mission of being a forerunner like John the Baptist, going before Christ and bringing others to him. That is ultimately our mission in life. And may we fulfill that mission the way that will be most pleasing to God.